friend, how are you doing today? My name is Karina and welcome back to Ready Set Pan. Today is the 10th update for the Ancient Mythos Project Pan, which is a fantastic ladies collaboration, and this round all focused on Greek mythology. I have 5 items that I'm working on at a time. I'm getting close to hitting all of the prompts in this project, and the finale is coming up really quickly here. So I have 5 items to talk with you about today. I have 2 goals met. Technically 3, but it's been a thing lately with surpassing goal, but then just keeping an item in the project. So you're going to see that again in this project as well. But let's, as always, go from the oldest item to the newest item in this project. For quite a number of months in this project, I've been working on this Fenty. This is the Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blush in Summertime Wine for the prompt of Artemis, a woman-owned brand. This has been squished into the center, and because of that, I haven't been seeing a ton of progress on this. However, over the last month, I have reached for it 16 times to bring me to 70 uses in the project. And as we continue towards the finale, this is going to be my main cream blush that I am focused on. My goal ultimately is to see how far I can get this. I did have this as part of my plan to pan for this year. I don't think I'm going to quite get there with how much product is still left. However, this is where I am at today. Visually, I'm not sure you're going to see much difference. However, the height of this item is definitely coming down. So it's definitely getting lower in here. So that is what's making me excited, and that's the progress I'm seeing. But I don't think it's much of a visual progress for this one. So this is going to be staying in. It will be here longer than I'm sure the finale. However, good progress is good progress. Next up for Typhon, so something that takes forever to pan. I decided to go with an eyeshadow base stick. This is the Pinky Rose Hip Hop eyeshadow base stick. It's a cream color. I use it as my eyeshadow primer unless I'm using a liquid or cream eyeshadow. I basically use this one every single day, so I'm not tracking actual uses because honestly, it's a boring number. Big numbers, but boring. Anyway, I have continued to use this one, and I have this much left. So you're going to see that progress line there. This is getting so close. Yeah, not much else to say about it. It might be done for the finale, may not be, probably not. Anyway, we're making progress on that. Hopefully I could get it done this year, though. Alright, let's talk about the Nemean Lion, an item that makes you feel powerful. I have been working on my Clarins. This is their Lip Comfort Oil Intense Lightweight Cream Oil in the shade 07 Intense Red. You have seen this almost every single video since I've rolled this into the project, and it's great. It lasts a decent amount of time. I think the color works well. It is really good, and I had put a 50 use goal on this. Over the last month, you can see, I've really been wearing this one. It's like my go-to color for work. It's my go-to color for filming videos. I have reached for this one 35 times since my last update, bringing me to 53 uses in the project. I have surpassed my 50 use goal. You might be able to see just how dry that is coming out. Like there's not much left in here, honestly. I can't shine a flashlight through or anything, and it's a lip product, so I'm not going to remove the stopper. So I kind of want to just finish this. I don't see a lot of point, because I have been doing that a lot this year, where like take the Fenty blush for example. It's been kind of bouncing around from project to project with different uses goals, and I just want to just keep it in and keep going on it. Because I think this is so close to being done, I just want to finish it. I know that's going to put me behind on other lip products. I'm currently working on other projects. But this one, it's just, I'm enjoying it. And it's so close. I don't want to forget about this one. So I'm going to keep it in. We're going to try to finish it instead. Maybe that is going to last longer than I think it's going to. That's always the risk, especially with lip products. However, I just want to do it. I want to keep going. All right, next up. So these were the two new items last month. So I had rolled in the Minotaur, which is a duo item. So you've seen this palette from my Beauty and the Beast project pan. This is the Ofra Midi palette, Face It, in the light version. There was a contour in here, which I had taken out because I tried to put a blush in this palette in that other project, use it as a trio. Not really a big fan of the Ofra blushes, unfortunately. So then I was left with two items in this palette, the bronzer and the highlight. My goal, of course, with any face palette is to use all of the items in a palette as much as possible. So I'm going to use the bronzer and the highlight together. And my goal was to finish the bronzer because there honestly wasn't much left. With an additional 5 uses over the last month, bringing me to 17 uses in the project. This is where I'm at now. So obviously this pan is a shiny, shiny, empty pan. If you've also been watching my other projects, you probably suspected I finished this one really quickly because I am making fantastic progress on my LYS bronzer. Yeah, we'll talk about that one very soon. And I have rolled into Deck of Panning, which is the same project as the LYS bronzer, a second bronzer in for the long haul. So 2025 is the year of bronzer for me. I've been doing super, super well with it. It has been nice to have more of this like champagne kind of colored highlighter because I have been wearing a lot of my gold highlighters and have been wearing a lot of gold looks, but nice to have this one to reach for. At this point, the goal is met, so I am going to roll this one out today. And that is super, super exciting to have made such good progress on the palette this year. And as you saw, like I made a ton of progress on that highlight. Nowhere near the bronzer because the bronzer is completely finished, but that's always exciting. All right, Poseidon is a liquid item, and I tend to literally take this at face value as a liquid. So I rolled in a fragrance sample because I have so many of them. This one is the Salvatore. I'm terrible with names. It's this perfume. It is a sample. It is also completely done and empty. There is still product there that I cannot get out. It was a perfume. That's all I can say about it. I tend to prefer my fragrances to be more fruity or vanilla and gourmand and rich and delicious and edible smelling, or just something more perfume scents. Not so much, and this was a perfume. So I worked that out of my collection super, super quick, which is of course very exciting. Which means we get to roll in the new items for today. So we get 2 new replacement items. So with the help of my Tiny Decisions app, let's randomize. There's just a few prompts left of the project, and we'll set ourselves up for some success here. So the first of those 2 prompts I rolled in was for Psyche. So here we're looking at something you repurchase or you would be repurchasing. Now I was going through my collection and I'm a little nervous about this particular item. I have worn it. Generally with things like a liquid eyeshadow, which is what this item is, I do not open it until I'm going to be using it on a consistent level, which is why you tend to see me using like one liquid eyeshadow at a time. So I have already used up, I don't remember what shade it was, but it was one of the Covergirl Exhibitionists. This is their liquid eyeshadow. This one's in the shade 1. I don't know which shade I've used up before, but I have this one and I have another color in my collection. As you might be able to see though, like there is a little bit of some liquid separation going on. It does mix back in. I have worn it a couple of times as an eyeshadow and didn't have any problems with it. Because this is getting on that liquidy and it's kind of separating on the top, I do want to roll this one in and start working on it. Plus I have repurchased this. This is one I've done again. So to put a mark on it, I am starting at this point right here. That's on the top of that oil separation. I have reached for this one already 3 times just to test it out over a couple of days. Generally, how I suspect I'm going to use this one, this is a one and done kind of eyeshadow. So great for dog walking because I like to look a little put together, and this is a beautiful sparkle. Or touching up makeup after work. So if I'm going out in the evening, going to visit family or friends, just throw this all over the lid over faded eyeshadows and it just brings everything back together. So that's how I have been using it so far. That's how I anticipate I'll continue using this. My goal for this one is simply to see how much progress I can make for the remainder of this project, which means this one is going to be staying in until the finale, unless I somehow manage to finish it sooner than that. Or if I end up needing to declutter it if it ends up not working. But like I said, I've used it 3 times already. It should be okay. But yeah, I am starting at this point here, and this one has 4 milliliters of liquid eyeshadow in there. So we'll see how this one does. But excited to bring that one in. They take me a while to work my way through, but we'll see what I can do. The last item is Athena. So Athena is an item that someone recommended to you. I'm going to take this very broadly in terms of YouTube and a whole bunch of different creators recommending this perfume sample because I've got a bajillion of them. Not quite a bajillion, but more than I need, and they are a little out of control, which is why I'm trying to roll more into projects. This is a perfume sample. I haven't heard as much about it lately. However, when it first came out, this was talked about, raved about. I saw a lot of people buying this one, using this one. And I have used a sample of this one before, but this is the Burberry Goddess perfume. So this is what this one looks like, nice and full in there, which is always exciting. This one is, and this is the intense version actually, I should mention that as well. This is an aromatic woody fragrance, and I don't think I like the wood notes, unfortunately. So we've got a trio of vanillas, love vanilla, lavender, not so big on lavender, and a 4th vanilla, which is nice, and then patchouli for death, and I don't think I like patchouli. So the last time, I don't know if I used the intense one or not, but this is what it looks like. I will have it marked. I mean, the marks fade so fast, but I remember liking this, but because it's not just a lovely vanilla and we have those lavenders and patchoulis added in, this is not something I would purchase myself. But I'm excited to use this. I have been wanting to play with vanillas lately, and I don't have any in my hygiene project use it up. So what I'll probably do is anytime I want to wear this, I'll wear it as an evening scent, and I will pair it with a vanilla fine fragrance mist just to satisfy that just a little bit until I can make some room in my hygiene project use it up. Because most of the time when I roll in these perfume samples, I use it as my dog walking scent. But this one, because it's vanilla, I kind of want to enjoy it a little bit more. So for goals for next month, we're going to try for these 2 to meet the goal on. The Clarins, I don't know when this is going to be done. It'll just all of a sudden be at the end of its life, and I'm not going to take stoppers out of lip products. So hopefully I can get that one finished. And then I do have the perfume sample. Those will be no problem to work my way through. Now, I do want to also mention that next month is the last update before the finale and my last chance to roll any items in. So what I've decided I will do is, regardless of how many goals I hit next month, whether it's only 1 or maybe if I surprise myself with more than that, I will be rolling in the remaining 3 prompts so that I can at least touch all of them and have some fun with that. So you'll see some more exciting stuff coming in next month in preparation for the finale. And we'll see how I'm able to do with the goals and the prompts that are left. But that is everything for the 10th update of the Ancient Mythos Project Pan. So if you enjoyed it, make sure you give the video a big thumbs up. Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments below. Subscribe so you don't miss the next update for this project or any of my other panning content. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video very soon. Have a wonderful day.